get started very soon. Oh my God, she has. I'm just too much. I have to do it today. Can't do it.
I see all.
Can't do it tomorrow. So I have to use this crappy ass site. No offense. But I'll be back soon.
How fortunate that you're still alive. pathetic. My fate is seen. I see all. How fortunate that you're still alive.
A little bit more time, everybody, and I'll be on in just a bit. Just want to, give a little waiting room and let some people join if they haven't already. So, in a little bit.
pathetic. My fate is seen. I see all. How fortunate that you're still alive.
Hello, everybody. I was playing my theme for Cyclone, which I crafted several years ago, as the background music there. We are back. Now, because this is the first stream of the series, if people didn't catch this live, I'm going to explain the expectation going forward. So, first, I don't read comments live. I know some people are used to live streamers who do this for a job. They're interacting with the comments and I need to react to this stuff as if I've never seen it before. I don't even want to comment to like, oh, did you know this character shows up? Like, I don't even want to see any of that. So what you get from me is unfiltered, just raw emotion for the first time seeing something, being the passionate fan that I've been over the last 13 years of this series, really being a true blue fan of it. Uh, this is, how I like to do it. When I'm done reading the chapter, I will then go to comments. I'll check the live stream and we'll take it from there. Due to copyright, I do not show the manga, especially given the fact that because of my schedule, I have to read other sources for the manga. The site I'm using is not ideal, but it gets the job done, and I can get you the content today. Going forward, the idea will be that I will use the weekends. Typically, I'm aiming for Sunday for the simul release, but today had to be Saturday. I want to set the expectation that it's going to be Sundays around 12 to 1 Eastern time. That's when I plan to go live. I'll try to do some, preemptive stream before that, something to tell you guys, hey, look, I'm not able to make it at that time, but aiming for Sundays around 12 to 3 Eastern time. So that's the plan. It's not always going to happen that way. As you can see this week, Sunday was not good for me. I had to do today. Some of you might be wondering, where's my buddy? Abeck. Where's Abeck? The guy you've reacted with throughout the years. It's going to be week by week. We'll have to figure it out. He's very busy. He has a wonderful, beautiful child, and I wish him the very best with everything. Life, as you get older, becomes more complex, more multifaceted, kind of like how Togashi writes his story. All right. With that out of the way, before we go live, I'm just going to check. You see, I have my AirPods in. I'm just going to check how it sounds to a viewer. Seems good to me. All right, so I'm going to let that. So here we go. Wait, what the hell am I doing? I'm wearing a beer shirt. Life's full of difficult decisions. Drink beer. Yes, and we're having a nice one today. It's Tipsy Land for the return for Togashi. It's been 2 years, give or take, since we've been able to enjoy this series. We're cracking open a cold one today and enjoying it. Very good. All right. We are starting now. I will read the comments after and do a full interaction, but please join me as we go through chapter 401, The Crucible of Death. And Marina is giving me this beautiful glare. Togashi did a full color spread of this. This is telling us that her contagion ability is spreading through the ship. Now, we know from the past that her goons were going out and causing some severe destruction. We only saw a snippet of it with Hinrig's perspective and the Phantom Troop. But we know, on the whole, she's causing mass chaos down below. So are we going to see more of the Haley's mass destruction on board the Black Whale? We start right freaking now. Let's get into this. Moonlight is the title. Togashi notes, I'm eternally grateful to all those that helped me return to serialization. As editors, thank you so much for your contributions. We love you very much. 10th? Wait a second. Wait a second. 10th day? I thought we were like almost through the first month. Upon a peaceful sea, the brutal succession where rages on. 10th day, Tuesday, 11:45 a.m. Is that the 10th day into the voyage? I could have sworn that we were several weeks in. I thought there was a time skip previously. Oh no, don't tell me he's doing time hacks with Saridnik. No! I could have sworn that we were like 3 weeks in already. 10th day? According to this chapter, we are only 10 days into the succession war. Let's just go with it. All right. We're at Woble's room, 1014. Fifth Prince to Beppa's personal guard. You're up next. Please come this way. Oh, yes. Her. Now, I'm going to preface this. I do not know all of the side character names. I do not go review this before I do live reactions. I know Furikov when I see Furikov. I mean, he's been established. I know this lady from Tyson's camp. Her name, I know she's with Tyson, but I don't remember the name. So please excuse me. We can talk about this in the chat afterward. So we have Tyson's bodyguard in Woble's room with Furikov watching. Wait a minute, are we going back in time? Because the alliance formed off screen. That's what it is. We're back. We're actually going back to catch up with what Karapika was doing. Meanwhile, all this other shit was transpiring. I think that's what happened here. Let's go. So Furikov says, curious to see how a covert Nen user handles this. Will she feign a reaction to Karapika's attack, or just come straight out with her truth? It would be great if she just accepted her fate and takes out Prince Wobble. Yeah, of course, Furia. Take out the prince. Don't you all want that? We have Karapika, Bill, and the character to Beppa's guard in front of the water divination. And Bill is using his enhancement Nen to speed up the process and really can unlock people's aura much quicker. That's my memory of that. So Bill's enhancement is more about enhancing one's Nen, not their physical prowess necessarily. It's a kind of a healing / growth aspect of enhancement, which is kind of cool, which is why we like Bill. Very cool. Water divination. Next, to Beppa's guard speaks. I don't need the divination test. She comes out and says it. I can already use Nen. No. Togashi, you're giving a silent majority finally after all this time? After all this time? We're back to silent. Dude, it's been like 6 years since we last focused on the assassination attempt in 1014. Bro. So, to Beppa's guard comes in. We're 10 days in. Silent majority happened. We're more closer to that event in this panel, in these pages. So, silent majority happens. They have the Nen lessons. They get to Beppa's guard. To Beppa's guard says she knows Nen before being asked. She says, that said, the snakes were not my doing. So the snakes are a separate ability? This will act as both the proof and reasoning for why I'm here. Nen ability, she conjures a piece of paper. It's square. It's a square-shaped Nen in between her hands. Her Nen is absolutely being used right now. Bill and Karapika are standing by, very concerned, but they're watching. This is my conditional manipulator ability, Moonlit Decree. I can bestow or limit the power of whoever signs the contract. See, all right. A lot of people look at us and go, boring, stupid, it's not combat. It was never about combat. It's about taking advantage of the situation. So, Kanji reads translucent words. Moonlit decree, translucent words. Okay. She creates a Nen contract in her hands with a pen. I can bestow or limit the power of whoever signs the contract. Wait a minute. You sign a contract, she can control your power output? I work in a business that handles contracts all the time. I handle contracts all the time. You can put a fucking clause in there to fuck with people. And they don't see it. It's that little tiny line. Oh, by the way, you have to do this within a certain time frame. So wait a minute. I got to see this. So she has the contract. I can bestow or limit. Limit is the part I'm far more interested in this context. The power of whoever signs the contract. Are you God? Like, guys, think about this power. Frollo has a negotiating power as well, right? This is also a negotiating power. But let's see what she says about her capacity. It's binding, but the target has to sign of their own free will. Carollo's target has to put their hand on the book from their own free will as well. So please listen carefully before deciding. Karapika's like, you want me to sign a contract? What are the details? Of course! Give me a draft proposal. I ain't signing that shit until you send me in writing exactly what you're going to send me. See, for those who are uninitiated in business, I mean, literally, I do this all the time. Okay, this is part of my job. Negotiating legal terms is huge. When you're an ethical person, we're an ethical business. You give them exactly what you're going to send them before you sign. You give them a draft. You say, do you have any questions? Please review the terms of the contract. They review it. They're okay with it. And then we capture a signature. Where's the caveat in that process? What if you send them a draft and then send them something else to sign? In that little space, there are some manipulative businesses that are going to take advantage of things like that, where they take advantage of the little things. Now, is it legally sound to do that? Hell no. Hell no. If someone asks for a legal contract and proposal, you must send exactly what the terms are without adjustment. Then you can send through a signature copy so you get the person's commitment. Now, in the world of business, it's about trying to shift blame as much as possible. So when you have a contract, the signee needs to make sure they know everything about that contract. If they sign, they're telling you they agree to what's in that piece of paper. In the court of law, a signed document means I agree to what's on this paper. In a Nen situation, I could see this being very fascinating. How does he gets to control the power of who signs this contract? That's crazy. Let's see what happens. Karapika asks, you want me to sign a contract? What are the details? Yes, as every customer is going to ask, what are the details? To ally with Prince Tubepa. However, she's unaware that I can use Nen. This contract is only insurance, a means to facilitate my true goal. Karapika says, you've come well prepared, but, and outstretches his hand. This man, dude, yo, his jacket looks different. Togashi, was that it? Wait a minute. Why is his jacket different? No, there's symbolism here. There has to be. Why does his jacket look different? I don't have time for half truths. So if I determine you're lying, I'll shoot. Here comes Karapika just pulling out the goddamn Glock. All right, this man does not care. You know, are you a lawyer? I don't care. Are you telling the truth? Are you lying? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to pull out a gun right in your face. And I like how the jacket is like now kind of it almost looks like a grid, but it looks constricted. But this man said contract, gun. See, Saradnik may have his Nen Beast ask if you're a liar. Karapika just pulls out a gun and says, "Are you lying?" Oh my god! And Karapika says, "If I think you're lying, I will shoot." And there's his lying chain. There it is. So what Karapika's done, what I love about Togashi's, and we're finally back with Karapika, my goat. What Togashi's done is he's imbued Karapika with this like hitman bodyguard persona, this role, but the Nen, so the gun over the Nen. You see that? So we're at this. I don't have time for half truths. So if I determine you're lying, I'll shoot. The gun is over the Nen, right? The Nen will determine what he does with the gun. It's very symbolic. I like how he does this. This is where Togashi, I love his symbolism, right? Isn't that Tubepa's guard says, isn't that threat a waste of time? Your gun ain't gonna do nothing against someone of my caliber. Like, I'm a Nen user. The 22 caliber won't do nothing. Karapika just stares. Gun's still drawn, by the way. And it continues. Disclosing the whole truth is only one of my ability's conditions and would be sufficient for creating a simple contract between you and the prince. But my true goal requires that you be given even more power. The fucking mind games, bro. The mind games. Out of nowhere, this random guard for Tubepa comes out with a crazy ability. It's literal negotiating as a Nen power. And that is so... there's so many ways Togashi can go with this power. He can make it like, hey, I'm gonna deceive you, and a little tiny fine print, or I'm gonna give you a lot of fucking power, but only if you use it a certain way. I'm leaning towards that the power comes with a requirement. Of course, the requirement is to serve Tubepa or align with Tubepa. Wait a minute. Rihan won't know this. Oh, I think Rihan's getting steamrolled. Oh, shit. Dude, this is why this arc is goated. And there's a lot of people who don't get it. They just want big punches and energy blasts. This is ultra powerful. Think about it. This person could make you sign a contract with terms and conditions that you have to decide if it's worth it. In real life, you're given a set of options. Do you go with it or do you not go with it? There are pros and cons. You have to decide. But the person giving you the contract may have already thought about all of these outcomes. So there's skin in the game, which is why this arc is so goated. So the guard says, I'll give you more power, but please listen to my full explanation first. Karapika asks, what is the goal? The guard pauses, and Karapika says, what's wrong? She says, nothing. I just don't know where to start. I guess I should explain the original plan. Everything else will make sense after that. Uedo's in the background still watching in concern. Holy shit! Holy shit! Guys, I gotta take a quick break. What in the? I will come back and continue in just a second. What the fuck was that? What in the hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? I'm just gonna check my stream to make sure it's still good. Give me a second, guys. Been having some internet issues lately, so just give me a moment. I gotta play it. Just make sure it sounds good. Just give me a moment. What in the hell? It does sound fine. Okay. I am Beyond Netero's biological daughter. What in the fuck is going on? This is my last beer. I wish I had more, but I'll be fine. Luckily, this is double strength. I am Beyond Netero's biological daughter. Why is Beyond Netero with Tubeppa? Now, does Beyond Netero know about his daughter? I'm leaning towards this being, hey, I'm the daughter he doesn't know about, and I got here because I knew he was doing it. God. Bill looks like he just shat his pants. I mean, I pulled a Bill just now. So, Togashi, you son of a bitch. Some random ass character is hyper important to the plot, has a super important Nen ability, and you just throw that at us right now. While everything else was going on, all the Hulkenberg stuff and the Camilla stuff and the Kacho Fugetsu stuff and the Haley stuff and the Spider and Hisoka, while that was all happening, we got revealed Beyond Netero's biological daughter. Holy fucking shit, let's keep going. Because, continue. She says, for the record, I'm not the only one. Many others like me exist. Over 30. I couldn't believe this man is. Over 30 years ago, beyond fraudulently married young, high-ranking Kakin soldiers. Naturally, the offspring were raised by Beyond's what? What the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is? Naturally, the offspring were raised by Beyond's wives and enlisted in the Royal Military School. I suspect that this happened each time a new prince was. Were he and Nasubi and trying to just fuck more than the other person? What the fuck is going on? This is crazy. And they're in the military, which Benjamin owns. That's why he and Ben are so close. God damn it. No. Togashi, you son of a bitch. I love you, man. You just you throw something so crucial into the plot right away. Like, we're back. And frankly, guys, this is the stuff that makes me go nuts more than anything else. So I'm in heaven right now. This is let's keep going. Now I gotta drink. I take another drink. We're getting insight into Beyond's motivations. Oh my fucking God. His plan was for us to eventually become the Prince's Royal Guards. Putting his children into the... Beyond is a fucking monster. Become the Prince's Royal Guards. Having awakened our Nen at birth. Togashi, stop! I can't take anymore! Stop! Stop! I can't take this anymore. I can't take it. I'm gonna pass out. I can't take this anymore. Oh, I'm sweating. But because all this it's revealing so much grandiose planning by Beyond Netero, and to think of this character's motivations, his mindset, his positioning, and what he did to set this all up. And this is also the gas, because Beyond must be so fucking powerful. His children had Nen at birth. Oh my God! I'm gonna pass out. Everyone, stay with me. We'd easily pass the military tests as long as nothing out of the ordinary happened. Or did he force them to awaken? Did he abuse them as babies? Oh my fuck. I only understood my true origin when I noticed I hadn't inherited certain traits from my adoptive father. I came to the conclusion that getting close to the future king must be Beyond's goal. Of course. When I realized that all of his children ended up in similar positions. That fucking coffin and Beyond's motivations. Now we know for a fact that the New Continent plan was an orchestration, and Beyond, we now know that this ceremony is not the same. We know now for sure that this succession war is to do something far beyond just electing a king. We know this. Okay. He just spoiled it. Veronica says, and this was the original plan. She says, yes. It's as I heard it from a conversation between Beyond and my adoptive father. We knew nothing of our true origins or our siblings. Even when I found out, I didn't grasp the importance of my heritage. I just thought of myself as a soldier with a unique past. That was until the war began. I moved in the dormitory. That's all right. Alkenberg, the college. No, stop. I moved in the dormitories before I could develop much of a relationship with my parents. Maybe because of that, I never doubted that these fanatical speeches about Beyond were just part of the government's brainwashing to reach a world unified under Haki. This is one of the best chapters of the arc. Sorry. I mean, it's been a decade since I've really been into this shit, like this arc. Of all those 10 years, in terms of what we're learning today, right now, this is one of the best chapters of the entire thing. No doubt. No doubt about it. She continues. Only we aren't part of the standard military operation. We're discarded! Yes! More power struggle, caste system bullshit. Yes, you're discarded pieces. This is incredible. The have-nots, the discarded pieces, the mafia leaders, those who are not viable for royalty, those who are not looked upon nicely in this society, they end up with their own destinies and their own motivations. And this is just showing us the heights of that situation. So they're discarded. She continues. As I said, we had our Nen awakened from birth. It appears that if Nen is awoken in infancy, the infant will develop Ten and Zetsu rapidly in order to protect itself from harsh fatigue. Thanks to that, I topped all the physical assessments at the academy very easily. So, what's also interesting, well, okay, we got to go back in time, guys. The Royal Guards in Meruem had Nen at birth, but they are not simple life forms. They're not human either. They were extremely aspirational. They were so aspirational that their Nen at infancy developed just horrendously awful things, like powers that elevated their desires to like 50 million, degrees. Like Pito with the puppet and the healing. These are desires. They're desire-based Nen, right? So what is argued here is that for just a pure human, we're not talking about crazy dark continent creature. If you have Nen at infancy, it doesn't necessarily mean that your Nen is purely destructive in nature and powerful and you can just conjure abilities like that and whatever. It means that Ten and Zetsu will develop very quickly. No! Tsurayuki! No! No! Togashi, stop! Please! Togashi, stop! Stop with the setup, Togashi! Wobble! Stop! See, if Wobble clearly could be one of these babies who develops Ten and Zetsu rapidly, right? She could be one of these babies. I don't think that's Wobble on that picture. And I'm sorry that I'm taking time on this, guys, but you got to remember, it's been years since we've been back, and this chapter is just hitting us with a fucking hurricane of content. I got to talk about it. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, I apologize, but holy shit. Thanks to that, I topped all the physical assessments with these, right? So the setup is insane. The setup in this chapter, I'm blown away. She continues, however, this was only a side effect of my father's Nen attack. He cursed his children. Beyond Netero cursed his goddamn children. He cursed them in infants. I should have had more alcohol ready. I mean, oh my God. It was my half-sister, Mahako, who caught on first. Despite graduating the second term of the academy known for its harshness, she was passed over thanks to... Yes! Yes! Camilla! Yes! I called it! Everyone has doubted Camilla. Everybody. I have been a Camilla fan since she did her fucking curse. I have been a huge fan. This is... I might not even be able to get through this chapter. I can't... this is years of hypothesizing in my fucking head and just like, what is the truth and what is going to happen? And there are things I had no clue were going to happen, and then things that are connecting all the pieces. It's like it's a symphony in my brain, and it's so exciting. All right, let's get through it and not get too crazy. It was my half-sister, Mahaka, who coughed. Despite graduating the second term of the academy, known for its harshness, she was passed over thanks to second Prince Camilla, who instead handpicked discriminated individuals to join the royal army. Mahaka noticed her parents started to act strangely after she was ruled out, so she started searching for answers. It wasn't during her investigating that she found out about me, as I was also posted to Prince Camilla's squad. And then the character in this picture says, for parents that once harped on zealously about Beyond's dream to unify the heavens, they're acting totally calm. Even now, I've dropped out from the Royal Guard. The current narrative continues. It was only after the seed urn ritual began that we understood why. We had a highly renowned NEN user inspected, and it seems we siblings were marked with seals. Okay. Guys, this is unbelievable. This makes up for all of the Haley hidden floor, trapdoor shit. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. I'm going to be honest. I didn't feel it in the last arc. Like right now, fucking hurricane just hit my face. Like, this is what I'm here for. We have all the backstory, all the exploration, and all of the motivations being tied into one chapter. We get it. Why was Beyond involved? Why was he so, comfy with the Kakian Empire? What's going on with the haves versus have-nots? Camilla, I get it now. Right? She took advantage of her position in the family, but she used the have-nots. Continue. Each one of us has been cursed. Wait a minute, this is Camilla's guard! I forgot! That's why she's being mentioned! Wait a minute. I can't do this. I can't, guys, it's been like 6 years since they had that arc, since they had that panel. I didn't remember that she was the one for Wobble. I didn't remember that. I don't remember that. So the curse is Camilla's curse. But wait a minute. It's Beyond's curse. Wait, I am fucking... Wait. Beyond and Camilla have a pact? No. This is... I can't do this. My brain wasn't ready for this. I did not think we were going to get all of this motivational. This is like one of the greatest chapters of the entire saga. This is unbelievable. So the curse ability, the assassins, the have-nots for Camilla have a curse on them that was put there by Beyond Netero? But Camilla then used that to her advantage? I can't do this. So she mentions Agrapika with a terrifying dark Nen that activates after death. And boy, I love her face here. Please use Gyo and take a look. Oh, fucking shit! What the... Oh gosh, he's back! He's back in his element! This is what I wanted! Man! There's a fucking eyeball in her mouth. Oh my God. The user claims that I'm an appetizing sacrifice. To put it simply, I was bred to assassinate a target with myself and it's a consumption ability? To put it simply, I was bred to assassinate a target with myself and Makaha's her name, included. There must be over 10 appetizing sacrifices. It was natural to think that there must be even more unappetizing sacrifices as well. This is blowing my mind. All right, the audio sounds okay. I do see it's a little choppy, and I'm sorry about that, guys. All right. So now I've been so hyped about learning more about the curses and what it means for years. That's why I'm having an out of body experience. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I can't contain it a little bit better. I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. This couldn't have been more than I asked for on a return chapter. This is unbelievable. So there's a Nen kind of curse. There's an eye in their mouth, and it's based on the appetite of the curse, right? So she says it's only natural to think that there must be even more unappetizing sacrifices as well. My guess is that Beyond prepared many pawns to counter any number of princes. I'm not going to be ready for this piece. We were told that burning the surface or trying to remove the cursed parts would have no effect, and that it was the strongest curse they had ever seen. Beyond had converted us into mere envoys of his curse. We are living sacrifices. I can't ascertain the ability and whom it'll target, but I'm certain we've been possessed in order to curse that person to death. This is a 50 out of 10 chapter. This is a 50 out of 10. And we've just had a conversation, and it's a 50 out of 10. It's a fucking goated chapter. Put a gold star on this chapter. And we're only like halfway done. Bill says, Karapika, if we take too long, the guys outside will start getting antsy. Karapika says, still, we have to hear the whole story. Otherwise, we can't sign the contract with Prince Tudepa. The guard continues. With Makaha, Beyond didn't initiate any moves when she was released as a private guard, suggesting our targets aren't necessarily the princes. We've been assigned to? In fact, being close to the princes and by extension becoming a soldier in the first place may have been superfluous. We've had our very lives and dreams manipulated by the hands of our cunning father. So, even though you don't know the target of the curse, you're sure it's a prince? Asks Karapika. And she says, quite so. It's my hypothesis, but I firmly believe it. The numbers can't be a coincidence. There are over 10 appetizing sacrifices and 14 princes. I can't be sure who will kill who, but it's clear that Beyond has a strong conviction guys, I'm sorry. I've been a Camilla fan for a long time, and all I see about the character is that she's a useless, complaining bitch. It's all I see people say. Are you not watching the story? She used a curse for the whole ceremony. That curse has history behind it, it has tradition behind it, and it has to do with Kakin's ancestry. But there's more now. We know that Beyond is the one who enacted it, which means Camilla is using these guards to enact the curse. But politically, what did she promise these people? If she's not the one who truly created this nunability, she took advantage of it. This is, or the outcome, if I hear this, I'm going to explode. Like I might have to end the stream. If Beyond and Camilla are working together, I am going to literally flip a table. Like I have been a huge fan of this character for a long time. I don't see the fandom liking Camilla at all. And meanwhile, she's the number 2, jealous of Benjamin. She hates her father, uses the have-nots. There's all these things about Camilla's character that scream to me anti-authority opportunist. And if Beyond was that vehicle for opportunity, now I'm like, holy fuck. Ben is the good boy. Ben is the number 1 child. But if Beyond is using Camilla to enact his goals and desires, I am done. That is all I needed to just say this is a goated arc. Let's continue. We're back with the guard. The numbers can't be a coincidence. There are over 10 appetizing sacrifices and 14 princes. I can't be sure who will kill who, but it's clear that Beyond has a strong conviction to end the succession. Wobble behind Oito on the bed, and she's very concerned. Bill now interjects. He says, him not informing us must mean either he's already holding the trigger or is waiting to meet the conditions that'll accumulate the required aura. Bill, my guy, Bill Nye the Science Guy, he's right. I think it'll be the latter. Beyond currently has wormed his way into the core of Kaki, in which case it would be simple to give the throne to the first prince immediately. To kill through a curse requires the death of a powerful sacrifice to ensure Prince Benjamin remains in the war. He could, and this is Karapika, he could inform him this via an encrypted code. The first, I can't wait. The first prince is backed by the royal army, and he has the trump card of being able to give special orders. Don't do this to me. I'm going to flip out. And she says, no, I don't think it's first Prince Benjamin. We're talking about a cunning, cold-hearted, thorough man who has had ample time to prepare. It doesn't make sense to go to such lengths in order to support an easy target. Then who? No, you can't be serious. Exactly. I believe that one of the princes is beyond shout. No! Please be Camilla. Please be Camilla. Please be. I'm dying. This is literally a perfect chapter. This is a perfect chapter. This is 10 years we've waited to hear about Beyond's motivation. A decade. We've waited a decade to hear about why Beyond was involved in the first place. What was the goal? We're getting the fucking payoff from 10 years of waiting. But wait, says Bill, is that even possible? Queen Oito, Karapika says, what are the conditions for a prince to join the succession war? She says, Only Nasubi's legitimate children can participate. And she's scared. The text is wobbly. I suppose that you could include children not actually fathered by the king, but surely not. Karapika, are you okay? You've been in there for so long, everyone's getting worried. He says, I'm perfectly fine. We're negotiating the terms of a treaty with Prince Tubeba. Karapika says, for transparency's sake, we will explain all the details soon. Please wait a little longer. Now. But important context. That was all said behind closed doors. Everyone outside thinks they just had a Nen lesson. But they just announced that they did a treaty with Prince Tubeba. Yurikov says, I don't know. What, those doors are closed, and Bobby's there too. Karapika says, there doesn't appear to be any changes to Azora, but he must have realized she's a Nen user by now, and not only that, but a mass murderer. Just what kind of conversation can they be having? And Bobby's looking on too. This is insane. Now, we're back in the private room. Please continue. Scarlet eyes! Oh my fucking God. Like, just to see it in this context, in this moment, there's so much on the line. Like, I know he has to use it for the lie detector, but just to see it, like he's honed in. Like, the emotion must be palpable. She says Prince Tubepa's contract will be a peace treaty with the 8th Queen Oito and the 14th Prince Wobo. It prohibits any attacks between the respective queens, princes, or their guards. Reviewing weekly if the 5th Prince's representatives registers in room 1014 every day at 9 a.m. on Sunday. If your party infringes the rules, then my ability will activate enacting the contractual penalty. A week-long Zetsu. This is fucking awesome. A prolonged state of Zetsu, Karapika says, could be very dangerous. Yeah, no shit. The wording is too ambiguous. Would cooperative uses of Nen, such as healing, also be considered attacks? She says, if that was the case, then my ability itself would be considered one. As long as you don't do anything that directly causes harm or obstructs our objectives. See, obstruction is a very tough thing to enforce or describe. Plus, the 5th Prince won't nullify the contract one-sidedly, and I can't activate the ability myself either. I'll also add, if Prince Tubeba retires from the succession or the remaining competitors are reduced to 2 before Beyond's child has been found, as additional amendments to the... I can't believe this. This is what I do for a job. I do negotiations and contracts all the time. I'm so giddy right now, I can't believe this. This is way beyond what I thought we were ever going to get for a return chapter. So we have contract amendments. On the off chance that none of the princes are applicable, then the criteria will be met and a boon applied. Of course, these amendments will be annulled if Tubeba refuses to sign, but, well, of course, you need a signature. If you continue the inquiry and meet the criteria, I promise to start a new private contract with you, bestowing the boon onto you, and that boon is the gift of using my ability only for you a single time. This is a one-time deal. She will restrict her ability here and now. Now, this is amazing. Because Tubepa's Nen Beast requires a cooperation. And she has a guard that has a cooperative legal contract ability. So there is so much here. Tubepa's going to say, hey, you got to help me with this chemical. You have a contract. And Kurapika's like, oh, fuck, I have a contract. Or I'm in Zetsu. You see? You see? You see the wheels turning? Kurapika does not know about the chemical beast. Does not know about Tubepa's true, motivations. So as we, the readers, know, she needs a partner to do her experiments. So now there's a contractual obligation, and the quote is to not obstruct, which means if Tubepa asks Kurapika for help, he must help. If he does not help, that is obstruction. Right? Right? Kurapika says not a bad deal. Depends on the target and requires very specific conditions, but I'd be able to impose Zetsu without any of the risks my Nen ability involves. Kurapika says, the chain hasn't budged. She believes everything she's saying. And she says, but please, before signing, let me tell you what I really want. My real goal, my true desire, if it's confirmed one of the princes is Beyond's child, I want to eliminate them with my own hand. And she could not be more fucking serious. Yep. If only my father had shared his intentions with me, even if my role was exactly the same as it is right now, I would have never reached this resolve. Remind you of someone? Jing, find me. Only if you're worthy. This is this. I think this actually is in the top 3 chapters of the arc. Top three. The door opens. Everyone outside's watching. Fury, Bobby, all the guards. We got Variante, and we got other people in there. They come out. She's using Nen. Yuriko says still no changes in their aura and no signs of a Nen battle. So they really were negotiating, but then why is she crying? What happened in there? Kurapika says, no evidence of Longhe's attack. Maybe it's a long-range ability that requires meeting multiple conditions in order to activate an unbeatable power. If so, could it have affected both Kurapika and Bill? Oh, this is Fury talking. Again, Fury can analyze Nen through his perception. He can actually look at aura and study it. He's saying he can look at the eyes of people and also tell if they have Nen powers or not. But that wouldn't match the assassin's MO, so what happened? Did she persuade them to sign a contract just by crying? There are too many possibilities. These guys are impossible to read. And then Kurapika says, sorry for the wait. We've been discussing a potential treaty with Tubepa. We're both open to the idea, but haven't settled on the terms. We also disagree on how much of the treaty's content should be shared with everyone. And Fury's like, I'm not buying it. This is just an act to maintain good relations with the 3rd and 5th princes. And you're right. And Kurapika says, you're up next, Temptori. We would like to discuss the current issue in further detail. Fury says, seems the 3rd prince will be allowed in on the details. Prince Woble's safe as long as the Nen Awakening ceremony happens behind closed doors. No point accusing them of a conspiracy or trying to shut down the lectures. It just strengthened their ties. Fury says, I'm thinking it's about time to swap posts. How about you? He looks and he asks something wrong. He looks at Bobby Mina. No, it's nothing. Are those the East and West bowling? No, I'm alcohol. What's he holding in his hand? Those 2 books? I can't do this. 10 years. 10 years to know why the fuck you're here, dude. He let his hair out since we last saw him, like for real, for real. Ha! He speaks to Kansai. Got any other books? Nope. Read it again or write one yourself. He says, good idea. Got a pen and paper? I can't give you anything for safety purposes. You've got a beard and blood, right? Don't tell me. He says, safety purposes? You know, if I wanted to, I could bash your skull in with this book right here. And Kanzai says, Roger Dodger, I'm quaking in my boots. And he says, have you got any other requests? Feel free to say anything. And they speaking won't cost you. And then Beyond says, you're an interesting fellow. There's somebody I want to speak to. Could you bring them here for me? What are Beyond's true motives? Every new wave rocks the boat. I'm blown away. The princes and Senritsu make their moves in the next issue. $100. This chapter is a 100. I cannot find a single problem with it. You could say, oh, they didn't draw the faces sometimes. I don't give a shit. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the narrative. The narrative is a perfect score. This pacing was phenomenal. The backstory was phenomenal. Everything was all the unveiling of Beyond's influence. The fact that Camilla could be tied to Beyond. There's a child of Beyond's in this war. Someone. What the fuck is going on? This is insane. The curse ability being explained. Men at birth being explained. This is unbelievable. The fucking contract ability being a one-time use opportunity, and they did it. 10, 100, a million. This is the perfect chapter. This is the type of chapter you wait years for. I'm sorry, people may think it's boring. You're not invested. You don't get it. Like you gotta get the setup. We have a new society. We have a new, we have a succession war, of course, but we have the stakes of power, this whole ceremony, the future, all at stake. And then who's involved? Who's trying to change the future? Who's trying to make sure that they win? Now we know Beyond has a child in this war. Is it Saradnik? Is it Halkenberg? Is it Camilla? Or is it Wobble? Now, Oido would have known that seems a little weird. But you never know. They could have slipped in some insemination. You never know. It's not out of the woodwork. All right. So we're back. We are back. And I'm back and I'm looking at comments. Oh my God, there are so many comments. Holy fucking shit. What's going on? All right. We have a fuck translation. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to I'll go back on the officials. I look at my goal is to only do official. So thank you for joining me today. I think I have an idea about this chapter, like what it's trying to accomplish, but I'm definitely going to review the official tomorrow. I don't have time tomorrow to do this, and I'm sorry. My goal is to do Sundays, so we're gonna review the comments now. There's a bazillion comments. All right. All right. All right. We're going through the comments, guys. Thanks for your patience. It sounds like the scanlations were trash. I'm still hyped as hell. I mean, I kind of get what we're seeing here. We're seeing the history. I mean, all right, so let's go. Um, all right, everyone's pissed that I'm doing TCB. I'm sorry about that. All right, Adieta, remember that Karapika's dowsing chain will not be able to detect memory revisions. So there is a huge possibility that Longhi is being controlled either by Periston or beyond. Holy shit. All right. I mean, yeah. So Longhi, yeah. I mean, now Beyond's dirty fingers are everywhere. I'll review the chapter tomorrow, the official. But holy shit. Uh, history will be made. The greatest chapter. I this is this is absurd. I mean, on surface level, people who don't get it or really understand this arc, they might look at this like, oh, nice history, nice backstory. No, I'm flipping out. You saw it. I'm flipping out. I'm flipping the fuck out. Um, my exact reaction. Yes, I did shit myself. Yes, I did. Oh, wow, Kanye West is in our what the fuck is going on? This is a fever dream. This is fucking crazy. I can't believe this. It is not Beyond Netero. The real name is Beyond Netorare. But Beyond Netero was in the panels. I'm gonna read tomorrow. Bro said this is the best chapter, and he has yet to experience the best part of the chapter. I need to do a reread. Yes, I will. I promise. I will do a reread. Look at again. I'm sorry, guys. When I go into this, I know a site where I can read a scanlation before the official one. I don't intend to do that. I want to try to hit Sunday for the officials. So please know going forward that I will do Sunday to the best of my ability, as long as my schedule allows it. Okay. Well, Longy and Camilla's have-nots are completely different, but are they not have-nots all the same? They've been wronged by the establishment. You're telling me they didn't do some of this? Come on, oppressed groups around the world, they know what's up. I'm just telling you. I don't know. Okay, so they are different. Thank you, King Crimson. So we have two different types of characters who are cursed. So Camilla's curse is likely enacted by Camilla, and Beyond's curse is likely enacted by Beyond. But but both of them have after death implications. So again, double downing on Cockeen's use of death as a power. This is so exciting. Camilla's death theory. I believe Camilla's death will happen in a non-biological way, where she becomes one of the pets of Cyridnik, like Theta, and Cammy will finally find what the king meant. Maybe. What if the zombie disease is in that coffin, and the winner becomes immortal, but lives a life of misery? Think about that. I think this whole death and life thing is crazy. All right, my hypothesis. Beyond's mistress is Second Queen Dwazel, and she Aditya, sorry, and she exactly has 4 kids, and Beyond wants one of them to succeed. So he made 10 target curses to target other 10 princes not fathered by Beyond. Knowing Togashi, peak chapter, yep, Jay, I agree. Knowing Togashi, I am sure that there is no Beyond child among the princes. My theory is that Queen Oito is Beyond's daughter. I mean, again, you'd think she'd know that, but then insemination, being drugged. I mean, you don't. This is the most like heinous, horrible shit you could imagine. Shy Guy, at this point, the war is feeling like Game of Thrones. Hunter x Hunter's back. Jay says, I think Bobby Mina is one of Beyond's childs. This is insanity. This is crazy. So I'm here, guys. Feel free to chat away. I'd love to talk about some of these. It sounds like we have to wait for an official translation, but I am so pleased as to what we got today. I am so pleased because like it exceeded my expectations. That is for sure. What do you guys think about Tubepa and the contract? Because Tubepa needs a partner, right? So now Karapika might be contractually obligated to help Tubepa because obstruction means obstruction basically means interfering with the request. So if Tubepa says, I need you as a partner to do this, and Karapika says no, well, that contract said you will not obstruct. And we have a new comments. Oito being Beyond's daughter is like the theory that Oito is Krolo's sister. Bro, if it's Camilla, also, notice that their hair is kind of wacky. No, but seriously, listen to my hypothesis. If Camilla is Beyond's child, then Ben was the one who inherited the military. Beyond's using Camilla to, outdo the military. Chris, it's going to have to be week by week, bro. He couldn't do today. I couldn't do tomorrow. I have to get it out on a weekend. It's life, man. Like, I have family. I got to see them tomorrow. I'm not going to sacrifice that. As you get older, you got to make choices. Miriam. Oh, yes. With the dragon symbolism and Miriam and Biscuit and Hanzo. Oh, fuck. Watch it be Tyson. I don't know what I'm going to do. If Tyson is Beyond's daughter, I'm going to have to find something stronger than alcohol. And I know just what I need. It's legal where I am. We're going to have to pop a couple of those if Tyson is Beyond's daughter. Holy shit. Theories about Miriam being Beyond's child make sense. It is Tyson. The Book of Beyond. Yes, it was always the Book of Beyond. Oh my God. Yeah. Chris, we want to try and do it, bro. I promise you, it's tough. It's tough. But thanks, brother. I will what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reread it tomorrow and I will note it next week before we get into the second chapter. So I'll note what I read and say like, oh, I was a little confused about this. If you guys want to write down what the official said, if you had a concern about what I reacted to, I'm more than happy to read that now. Um, uh, Azure Azurus Field, Nen beasts can't attack princes or other Nen, right? Spirit beasts, right? So Camilla can't be turned like Theta. Think Beyond's child is actually Dwazel, Unma, or both. A queen. Spirit Cove, not Bogmina is another kid. Sale, bro. Yo, Tampa and Sale are the almighty duo. You got Sale with his gas, and uh you got our boy with the juice. Tampa with the juice, Sale with the gas, and you have an almighty common. Common, we all know, yeah. Oh, in the case, the official translation will definitely be good there. Yep, tomorrow. Yep. Well, Jay, I agree with you. My question is, how is Tubepa going to use it? As much as Karapik is going to get power, he's clearly going to have to work with Tubepa contractually. That's a whole different ballgame. He can't say no. That is the part where it's like, okay, and Rihan is watching. We have goaded stuff coming. With Rihan watching them and the Nen Beast and the Chameleon, there's the contract and all that stuff. Holy shit. That's going to be insane. Why not? Momose could have been Beyond's and they could bring Momose back as a fucking demon. Sure. Why not? I don't know if that's going to be the case, but when you know, Kanzai is reading a monthly knees. You can see pictures of knees in that one panel. Monthly knees, my God. Someone call Pito. I mean, that was a design choice by Togashi to give her knee armor for some reason. I mean, it works. It's like a contrasting color. Loserus. Jay, Loserus. See, Loserus as the conflicting mob family to Haley and Shiyu. Of the three families, the Char to me is the least relevant. I'm just saying. Now you say, well, the Char and the Spider. When it comes to the princes involved, I say of the three, the Char. We have, we have Wang. That creep. But I don't know. Remember, Yu is Zhang Li's family. On-Yor was shown and really influenced in the war, and there's a connection to Zhang Li as a relative. And I just can't get over that fact. Also, with Zhang Li having the coins and an allegiance with Karapika in the first place, I don't know. Bro, Beyond is going to turn Kanzai into a baseball and hit that son of a bitch out of here. Going to fold him up into a baseball. I mean, the only reason Kanzai is so satisfied is because he's restricted by that chain. It's a Zetsu, it's a chain that like enforces Zetsu. That was the deal. He can't break out of it. Right? He's stuck there stuck there until someone frees him. If Beyond is freed, this is going to be the greatest chapter in Hunter history, arc in history. If Beyond is set free and actually gets involved, it's going to be the greatest arc of all time. Guaranteed. Losers, what if all the princes are the children of Beyond to take out Nasubi from the death? Maybe. Beyond usurping Nasubi all along? To awaken a calamity? I think a Breon or a zombie disease could easily be in one of those that center coffin. I'm, dude, it's been so long since Beyond was involved. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is unbelievable. We got one of the greatest chapters ever. On the return chapter. I mean, the Henrik fight last year was cool. Sorry. This is peak. This is lore, character, plot progression, motivations, desires, conflicts, everything. It was so, like, in the moment. It was epitomized Floor 1 content, which I've been yearning for the better part of 6 years now. And we got it. Like, this is Floor 1 at its best levels. Contracts, backstabbing, crossing motivations, curses, betrayals, conditions. Yeah. Jing, like Beyond and Jing, bro. Oh, man. Because of my father, I was motivated. Get the fuck out of here. You were cursed as an infant. No, we'll never see Gon again. He's gone. Bye-bye. Gon's going to pop out of that center coffin. Oh, man, this is a great time, man, to be a fan. I can't wait to watch other reactors react to this because this was the peak. I mean, I get so into it. It's my favorite shit. I know other people probably like it. I don't think people are thinking this much about it. When you read a story and it tickles your brain, that's the sort of thing that this does for me. Last year, not even Hisoka's reveal last year didn't do this. I hate to say it. I know everyone's like, what are you, crazy? Beyond's motivations, daughter, unreal. Pap on the ship. Pap's a good choice. Hellbell, I mean, violence, death, Hellbell, homicidal urges, Morena. Elements of the calamities are in this arc right now in the characters that we're seeing. Do you notice that connection? How cool is that? How cool is that? Haley's all about murder and chaos. Camilla's like zombie, like never dies. You got elements of Breon, like the Guardian, like these Nen beasts are kind of like the guardians of the princes. You have Pap. I mean, you got some like conjuration abilities that could happen. Loserus could have something that's more like they conjures a desire, is what it's said. So I mean, there's cool parallels there too. Bro, again, I can't predict exactly what's going to happen. And I don't want to put all my chips in. So what will be Nanika, Aluka. I don't think it's going to be an I because we already have I in the story. Now, if Killua and Nanika get involved in the story, that is the question. But until that happens, I don't think we're seeing an I. No. Hellbell, to me, is the most likely candidate for this arc. Homicidal rage. The whole arc is about sacrifice. Like, what better way than to use a Hellbell? Go fuck. Everyone on the ship starts killing each other like a zombie apocalypse. Yo, Illumi's going to have a field day on this boat. I can't wait for that shit, too. Oh, my God. This arc is so much going. I'm going to be on, guys, for another about 10 minutes. Let's keep bringing some ideas to the table. This is the time to chat. I still want to see what in the world Illumi and Kaluto have been doing, how they didn't find Ahsoka, if they were also on Tier 3, or did they find him and plan everything? We don't know. We don't know. I've been saying that they're actually allies for a long time. I mean, I didn't believe Illumi's speech the moment he said it. Hi, I'm Illumi, and I've been hired to hunt Ahsoka. We have a pact. Sure you do. Did you show? Is there a contract in writing with a signature? Bullshit. Any other points, guys? Feel free to leave them. Yeah, goated chapter. Unbelievable chapter. One of the greatest chapters of this saga. And frankly, if you're looking at it from holistically, this might be one of the best chapters since the fucking invasion. Since the Antarctic. This might be one of the best chapters since the Palace invasion. I'm going there. I am going to that level. Good point, Family Guy. I mean, we got Frollo being blinded by his emotions. Not that he's gullible, it's that he's a little more vulnerable emotionally than he typically has been, right? So that's the plot point we have to think about. Possible. Also, looking at the view counter, it looks like most people came in at around 1 o'clock. Like we had some volume at 12:30, but definitely 1 o'clock Eastern seemed to be the time where people got in. I still think 12:30 is a good start time. Looks like we got a lot of traction throughout the chapter. Thank you all for joining. Best return chapter. My theory, instead of ending this arc, Togashi will transfer all the action to Gon. No. And Gyro, I feel like Gon is only coming back if we actually get to the Dark. That's it. We have to actually get there. We have to get there. And Jing has to become the main character. So that Jing can help his son and end this cycle that he's the worst father in history. Get him his Nen back, risk it all, and we can all then go home. And then fight Gyro, because Gyro is going to be the threat. It's been built up that Gyro is going to be the greatest threat in the story. Potential. We don't know. Like, imagine he's like a royal guard, but he's given time to train and hone his skills and use his anger as a weapon. There. That's Gyro. Holy fuck. He's fucked. And I'm not saying he's Meruem because no one's Meruem. He's going to be probably royal guard plus level if he's given time to mature. That's going to be scary as shit. That anger as a weapon would be absurd. No, I think we're getting 10. You might get a couple skip weeks, but I think we're getting 10 like in a regular format. Maybe the goal is that we do 2 annual releases of 10 chapters. So that would be, what are we averaging? 6, 7 months of content, because you get 2.5 months of content, and then you get like 5 months of a break, and then 2.5 months of content, and then 5 months of a break. Maybe that's what they're going to do. I'd be okay with that. Frankly, I would be. Couple more minutes, and then I am going to have to wrap it up today, guys. This has been a lot of fun. This was unbelievably cool. This was way beyond what I thought we were ever going to get for a return chapter. 20 straight, and we might be on the new continent for a while, potentially. I think, again, the new continent is where the tree of Kakim will be planted. The whole idea that there's a tree, a world tree, we need a real world tree. Remember? That was set up that we need a real world tree to be hatched. The one that we had at the end of the anime, that's nothing. That's a seedling. We need a real one. So what better way than to have the tree of Kakin be actually the real world tree to define humanity? That would be crazy, right? Maybe that coffin is a world tree seed, and it needs all the power from the war to hatch. Yeah. Couple more minutes, guys. Please leave your thoughts if you want to say anything now. Chapter 430 inking this year. Yeah. But you have to remember, dude, after 430, what's going to happen? That's only 29 more chapters if you really think about it. How are you going to space that out? And how consistently could he come back to work like this in the future? He needs time. I mean, this is the most effort he's ever done. What lies beyond? That's right. We don't know. What lies beyond? What lies beyond? Holy shit, man. This series is so good. Series is so good. It hit me like a freaking. Yeah. Ugetsu. See, if Ugetsu's curse is a beyond curse, not a Camilla curse, holy crap. Now we have new plot points to worry about. Oh my God. Right? You have 2 curses to worry about. Both involve death. But Camilla's stocks went up and Ben's stocks went down. You notice that? Like, Ben was framed as the obstacle, not the inheritor. He's the obstacle. Right? I mean, in one chapter, and beyond versus Nasubi, in terms of the outcome of this war, there's so. Yes. Yeah, Solly agrees with you, Turtle Duck. Oh. Time skip to 7 weeks past the voyage. And Sir Rydnick is like balancing on his, on a needle. And he's like, mastered net. And there you go. That's how, see, he can go back in time. He can show us the recap here. And then he can go to Sir Rydnick with his power. We can see Halkenberg in the court system being, heading for trial. This is incredible. This is incredible. Guys, this is it. Last points, please leave them. I'm going to be here for literally 5 more minutes. And then I have to head out. Unbelievable. And again, I'll say for next week, the goal, I mean, it has to be Sunday, my friend, or not. We'll try. We'll figure it out. Jay, yeah, right? He's like, what? At what point is he going to be around? I mean, shit. But will he use melody as a weapon, as a slave? When the Nen Beast gets melody, and now he has that freaking sonata as a weapon. That's going to be crazy, right? Thank you all so much. I am going to be wrapping it up now. That was way better than I ever thought we'd ever get. So now my expectations for the arc, this next batch, whatever kind of release schedule we get, my excitement is at an all-time high. I can't believe it. So next week we'll bring that excitement back. And until then, thank you all so much for stopping by today. It has been an absolute treat. This was incredible. Hunter Nation, Sunday, around 12 to 1 Eastern Time is the goal. I will see you there. Have a great week.